Stay inside.
Stay inside. Katie
Stay
Hopkins
inside.
is a bitch. Katie Hopkins is a bitch. Katie Hopkins is a bitch. From these two Melbourne homosexuals, Katie Hopkins, fuck off and look after your own country, you bitch.
So, I have no idea why I'm here. Bruce has just said that Katie Hopkins, one of our icons, like I've said in a previous video, she's like the Pauline Hanson of the UK. Does that make sense?
That's a perfect reference. We'll insert a clip now of Pauline Hanson in Parliament.
Oh, what on earth? Senator Hanson.
I'm quite happy to remove this because this is not what should belong in this parliament. What I would like to ask on behalf of the Australian people, considering there has been a large majority of Australians wish to see the banning of the burqa.
Yeah.
Press play, babes. Save gossiping till the end.
I wanted to bring you an update on the madness that is setting in Melbourne. Melbourne in Australia is now under the most draconian lockdown I think we've seen anywhere since Corona and the nonsense around Corona began. They have just introduced measures for 6 weeks, which will be the most stringent and make effectively Australian people prisoners in their own home. There will be a curfew between the hours of 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. You're not allowed to go further than 5 kilometres from your own home. You're only allowed out for an hour a day. You are not allowed to go to the supermarket in twos. You are not allowed to go to work. All schools are going to be shut. All childcare are going to be shut. You are not allowed to have visitors to your home, and you're not allowed to go to someone's home unless you are specifically giving or receiving care. You have to stay within your main place of residence. You're not allowed to get out of Melbourne and go somewhere else. They intend to shut all businesses, all services,
shut, honey.
all
Everything's
warehouses,
shut, like a ghost
all
town,
construction.
honey.
Everything is going to go.
Good.
And the reason for
Everything must
this,
go.
or the reason being given for this, is because of 7 deaths in a 24-hour period. Now let's have a look at those deaths and the numbers behind them. 3 of the individuals that died were over the age of 70. 2 of the individuals that died with or from Corona were over the age of 80, and 2 were over the age of 90. So 70-year-olds, 80-year-olds and 90-year-olds dying with or from Corona. So maybe they had pre-existing conditions, they were 90 years old,
That's so
and they
bad.
died.
Like,
with
maybe
Corona
they have this,
symptom.
maybe they're fat,
They're
that's probably
counted as a
something
Corona
she'd be
death.
saying.
And
They're
the reason
overweight.
that Melbourne is now making an entire state prisoners
I'm
in their own
we're
home.
prisoners.
Prisoners of
Think back
war.
now to the reasons you were
POWs.
given for lockdown. You were told it was to flatten the curve. You were told maybe it was to save your health
training
service.
us.
Maybe you were told it
She's-
was to
I'm-
correct
I'm-
our
she's
number.
sending
You
this
were told it
directly
was
to us.
because we needed to stop the spread. This lockdown and this state of emergency has been declared because 7 individuals over the age of 70, potentially with pre-existing conditions, died.
More people
So
die of
what
the
is
flu.
this now?
That's just like,
Now we're locking people down because someone
Our
died.
cases are 700
Is that
a
good
year,
enough
though,
as an
babe.
excuse?
A day, sorry.
day.
Let me ask you one other question.
it's not
When
just
you
the
went
deaths.
to a polling booth last and you marked your cross in the box for a politician, did you think you were voting for a
I
personality?
do a
perhaps, or were
postal
you
vote,
voting
sweetie. I
for
don't
policies?
go. I don't go
Were you
into a
voting
vote.
for a
Are you
government that
kidding?
had complete
It's
control
2020.
over all aspects of your life? Were you voting for a government that could lock you
Yes.
down? Were you voting for a government that could make you a prisoner in
Yeah.
your home, destroy your
I
business,
mean-
take away your ability to pay for your home, your mortgage, or your rent?
Yeah, wait,
Were you
I just
voting
want to
for
pause
what
that.
kind of
I
government?
just,
Because
wait,
that's
should we just
what
keep...
you got.
I
But
haven't paid my
Melbourne
mortgage in
will
months,
not be the
babe, so
first.
actually
This is a
that's
test
not
case.
We'll have to
How much
debrief that in a
they
moment.
have over you and how much freedom they can
That's
take
what
away.
you got. That's what you
Remember, they told you it was about flattening the curve. Now it's about stopping 90-year-olds dying from Corona. Ask yourself, where does this all end up?
Okay, I just want to say, first of all, yes, we have joked about and laughed saying it. We feel like we're in some sort of totalitarian experience where we're being locked away in our own homes. And then they're saying, you know, stopping people from going and working and doing all of that. I just want to say a lot of people who have jobs a lot of workers do things like call centers. There's so much that is like you can do from home.
The administration sector has completely transitioned to at-home work.
Everything's
so
at
that
home.
has been debunked. So
I have monthly doctor appointments and they're now telehealth, so I do it all over the phone now. I get my prescriptions, I get whatever I need to do through the
humans
phone.
adapt.
You literally adapt to anything. Second, I was going to say something else, but now I forgot.
The mortgages, the payments, the
the money. She's like, they're stopping you from getting money. Okay, I understand a lot of people can't get money, but yeah, that's one thing. A second is that there's been stimulus packages to stimulate the economy and give people money. There was one payment early in this whole thing, which was $750.
Yes, there was.
And there's also social services here, which is Centrelink. A lot of people, I mean, the unemployment rate is fucked now because so many people have been let go.
But that's on a national scale. That's not particularly to Melbourne.
Yeah. People are going from getting, $600 for a fortnight to $1,100 to $1,200 a fortnight, which is it's a little bit lower than a general income, but that's a lot of money.
It is a livable
to stay
wage.
at home.
Yeah.
Like our rent, we pay a lot in our rent, and we're able to afford it because of these packages, and they are being reduced, next month, the month after, but
that also could be reviewed. The thing is with coronavirus, things are changing day by day.
This is something that hasn't been planned for. I broke my nail!
Where is it?
I don't know.
Well, that's the biggest disaster of the whole fucking year as far as I'm concerned. Oh my god.
Look, that's to be reviewed.
I just think, babe, don't politicize a pandemic. I think it's really tacky. I think it's gross. I actually think that our premier and our national and state government are actually doing quite a good job. And look,
That's the first I've heard you say that.
compared to other countries.
Look, I think there's a lot of places that we should be following suit.
She's from the fucking UK.
Yeah, they're actually having a second wave. I was talking to Jamie about it. She's like, yeah, they're like implementing different rules and stuff now. A lot of different countries are handling it really badly, and the only thing that I think is that this lockdown period that's happening now should have happened a lot earlier to flatten the curve or whatever. I agree with it, but it should have happened earlier, and I think it's been handled badly. I think it shouldn't be happening now. We've been 5-6 months of all of this shit.
It's BS.
But I don't think they're testing their totalitarian experience and what they can do, because they're a government, they can do that anyway. But
you want to talk about totalitarian authoritarianism? Look at Donald Trump in the United States of America.
How they're handling it is very different from what's happening here.
And let me tell you, I think we're doing better than America. And so I just won't accept any other opinion, to be quite frank with you. And actually, who cares if we're stopping the 90 and 80-year-olds dying? We're going to be 80 and 90 one day, and we've paid our fucking dues. That's not really fair to say that.
But
kill all the 90-year-olds.
It's
is it?
No, it's not fair at all. But the thing is, she's saying she's just showing the statistic of 7 people or whatever. Yeah, but there's also, it's gone from 200 cases up to 3, 4, hundreds extra every day. So then now it's about the past week, it's been 700 new cases every day.
Per day.
That is going to go from people who are working in the supermarket, like Woolworths, Big W, whatever, and that's going to expand to other people who could have family that are elderly or even younger. And can I just add that this is so early in a virus that we know nothing about. We've been studying it for 6 months, 7 months. It is so new. We don't know, in comparison to something like smallpox, any other things, fucking herpes.
You're regularly vaccinated for.
But and the thing is, some things that we can get and they can stay in our body for our entire life. We don't know what the adverse effects of coronavirus, of COVID-19 are going to be in 5 years.
We don't know.
We don't know if it stays in our system, and then when we're 60 or 80 or whatever, that it could come back what is it? Shingles or whatever.
Shingles, literally.
You get chickenpox and you can get shingles when you're older, and it's extremely deadly.
It's very deadly for elderly
We
people.
don't know what it is, so I think,
honey,
for the measly 6 weeks to stay inside is not hard. Stay inside. Stay inside. Stay inside.
Katie Hopkins is a bitch. Katie Hopkins is a bitch.
Katie Hopkins is a bitch. Katie Hopkins.
From these two Melbourne homosexuals, Katie Hopkins, fuck off and look after your own country, you bitch.
Bitch.